have this dream. How do I know? Well, because you clicked on this video. And if you clicked on this video, it means that you are me, I am you. Maybe you are a previous version of myself, but regardless, we are the same person with the same goals. You want to build wealth and make a shit ton of money in your late teens, early 20s, correct? Well, in that case, listen up, because this video is for younger Callum. Callum, when he was in college, having no idea what he wanted to do with his life. Callum, when he was being pressured and overwhelmed by going down the route of uni and further education, although he wanted something more fulfilling. The Callum that was confused and lost on what his next step should be. This video is to provide clarity and provide the next step of what seems like a jungle of options and different routes that you can take. Relax, I'm going to make it simple for you. Why do I get to make this video? Well, I don't have a Lamborghini, I don't live in a penthouse, but I'm well on my way there, and I know all it takes now is time and consistency. So let's get started. And I'm going to break this video down into 4 sections for you. First, the concept of making money. Secondly, how to make that money make you more money. Thirdly, the realization and the importance of money. And fourthly, true wealth. So starting with the concept of making money, from what you've seen on social media, your perception of making money is probably slightly colluded. However, it's not your fault. School doesn't teach you the fundamentals of how to make money, and if you're not taught from your parents and they weren't some kind of entrepreneur, then you're only being resourceful, learning from what you can. So if anything, it's not your fault, you're in the right for doing so. See, your view may be slightly colluded because you have the idea that money is made through drop shipping, e-com and these kind of things, and it's not entirely wrong. You can make money through those methods, but the fundamentals are completely twisted. You've got to look at it this way. If all you know is how to make money through these certain methods, these certain online businesses, then you don't understand the fundamentals. If your idea of making money is through running a service to a company, then your skill set is very narrow. Whereas if you understand the basic fundamentals of building wealth, then your skill set is very broad, and that's what you want. The reason being is because if you perfect the skill set of e-commerce, amazing, you'll be a beast in that industry. Whereas if you perfect the skills of building wealth, then you could be a beast in any industry, and that's what you really want, because that leaves room for expansion. So what is the wealth building skill set to master? I mean, it's extremely simple, it's stupid simple, and you already know it, you've heard it before. It's just because it's not as sexy when it's said, so it's not printed out on a nice sign that you put in your kitchen. But the actual skill set to making money is to solve problems. That is literally it. It's the same with dropshipping. You're solving problems. You're providing products and selling them to those people that need those products, whatever reason that may be. Maybe it's to cure boredom, maybe it's to make their face look nicer, makeup, whatever. You see, all businesses are formed with the idea of solving a problem. That's the formula to making money. You realize it really isn't that complicated, and it's very easy to obtain. Don't believe me? If I was to search up the top 500 companies in the world and pick one at random, I can explain how their business model is formed through just finding a solution to someone else's problem. Let's choose, for example, just scrolling. Okay, PACCAR. PACCAR is the largest manufacturer of medium and heavy duty trucks in the world. So they create a vast range of trucks, and this can be for construction, for delivery, for anything to do with trucks. They have found a problem and they have solved it with their manufacturing skills. And I could do this 30 more times just scrolling through the top 500 companies in the world, but I'm just going to waste time. But you get the idea. You can do this yourself. So now you understand the concept of making money. You understand it isn't that scary, and now you have the match and you can light the flame. So let's get your wood, your kindling, where you can put that match down and create a whole fire. In this case, it's going to be a vehicle that's going to take the money that you're making from your now understanding of how to make money and make that money make you more money. So how to make your money make you more money? In this sense, you need a vehicle. You need to treat every single pound, dollar, euro as an employee, and the whole purpose of the employee is to go and generate you more employees. And this is done through putting your money to work, typically through investments. And investing is essentially putting your money into something that generates you a higher return. If I spent £100 on this phone and then sold it for £120, that would technically be a return on my investment. Not a very good one or sustainable one, but you get the idea. So I have just made money with nothing but having money in the first place. So you have to invest, and there's 3 ways to look at it. It's either long-term, medium-term, or short-term investing. Long-term are things like ISAs, right? Investing for retirement. This is investing that's going to take you like 40 to 50 years to reap the rewards. Medium-term investing is investing, number 1, in yourself, and number 2, in things like projects and shorter-term investments. This can be anything between a decade in the timeline. Probably the most important type of investment because you're investing in yourself. This can be through books, courses, mentorship, whatever it is. Something that's going to benefit you in the short term. And then you have short-term investment. This could be anything with a timeline of under a year. This can be stocks, cryptos, or trading if you like, but that's more of a sport, so we'll ignore that. So which investment do you choose is the question, and I'll do a mix of all. You'll be a fool not to do long-term investment if you're investing for your retirement. As long as you're still making money in the meantime, then you can put stuff away for 40 years in the future. And compound interest is a beautiful thing that you'll be a fool to not take advantage of. Medium-term investments, 110%. Like I said, this is the most important one where you're investing in yourself or your business or in short-term projects. And as they say, the best investment you can make is yourself. Short-term investments, I would also 100% consider it. Stuff like crypto isn't going to be around forever, or maybe years, we'll see. But nevertheless, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get in this early. So you'd be a fool not to take advantage of that. So now you know how to make money, you know how to make that money make you more money. The next thing to understand is the true importance of money. Now, for this section of it, You probably won't believe me when I say this, but you just take on board what I say and form your own opinions around it, because it's going to be important nonetheless. You have to actually understand the importance of wealth. So let me tell you a quick story just to illustrate it for you. There was once a businessman who was sitting by the beach in a small Brazilian village. As he sat, he saw a Brazilian fisherman rowing in a small boat towards the shore, having caught quite a few big fish. The businessman was impressed and asked the fisherman, "How long does it take you to catch that many fish?" The fisherman replied, "Oh, just a short while." The businessman said, "Then why don't you stay longer out sea and catch even more?" The businessman was astonished. "This is enough to feed my whole family," said the fisherman. The businessman then asked, "So what do you do for the rest of the day?" The fisherman replied, "Well, I usually wake up early in the morning, go out to sea and catch a few fish, then go back play with my kids in the afternoon, I take a nap with my wife, and evening comes, I join my buddies in the village for a drink, we play guitar, sit and dance throughout the night." The businessman offered a suggestion to the fisherman. "I have a PhD in business management. I could help you become a more successful person. From now on, you could spend more time out at sea, try and catch as many fish as possible, and when you saved enough money, you could go and buy a bigger boat and catch even more fish. Soon you'll be able to afford to buy more boats, set up your own company, your own production plant for canned food and distribution network. By then, you would have moved out of this village into Sao Paulo, where you can set up a HQ to manage your other branches." The fisherman continues, and after that, the businessman laughs heartedly. "After that, you can live like a king in your own house, and when the time is right, you can go public and float your shares to the stock exchange and you'll be rich." The fisherman asks, "And after that?" The businessman says, "After that, you can finally retire. You can move to a house by the fishing village, wake up early in the morning, catch a few fish, then return home to play with the kids. Have a nice afternoon nap with your wife, and an evening comes, you can join your buddies for a drink, play the guitar, sing, dance throughout the night." The fisherman was puzzled. Isn't that what I'm doing now? Hopefully you understand the lesson and the analogy in that story of how wealth isn't the answer to everything, which moves us on to true wealth. What is true wealth? You see, you shouldn't be chasing money, you should be chasing the freedom and control that comes with having the money. At the end of the day, wealth isn't money in the bank, it's freedom, happiness, health, and prosperity. And me telling you this now probably means nothing, it just sounds like a whole bunch of waffle. It's the kind of thing is that a man doesn't understand the true importance of food until he's hungry. You won't understand the true meaning behind wealth until you have money, right? Just because us stupid ass humans have to experience something before we actually realize that we didn't need it all along. It's a funny thing that. So take on board what I'm saying and form your own opinions around it. And that is it, ladies and gents. I know I didn't give you the formula of like buy something for $5, sell it for $30, do it 50 times a month and you'll be a millionaire, but I hope the fundamentals will help you format your own wealth vehicle, if you like, because this is the video that I wish I saw when I was getting started. And I think it'd also be helpful to include the fact that I run my own online business and I teach people how to do the same. So if you're on the journey that you are, assuming you're watching this video, click on this video that's just popped up on the screen now, absorb it, take 10 minutes to watch it and see if it's the right next step for you. If it's not, no harm done, right? You wasted no time, you've learned something new. But in the meantime, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Cheers.